Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. It's actually Wednesday, and the reason I'm having to do this recording on Wednesday is that yesterday, if I'm getting this right for you, yesterday I was out all day, and so and it was a late one. So I'm predicting that because I'm recording this on Wednesday. But yeah, it was a late one. It's a Christmas party, so I thought, do I want to be trying to trade on Friday morning? Probably not. So I'll see if I can find some trades on Wednesday. So this recording is from Wednesday, so you'll have to scroll back your charts and have a look and see what happened on Wednesday. So I'm just watching the pound here at the moment. Obviously, it's been coming down, but at the moment, it's still got some positive momentum on the higher time frames. So I tend to follow where I'm seeing the momentum rather than the short-term direction, and so I am looking at the potential for a bit of a bounce. Now we've got some news here. Obviously today it's Wednesday, so we've got I think it's, what was it, retail sales or something coming out this morning on the pound. But there's a bit of news coming out on it. So it's not retail sales. I'm going to check now off screen. What was it? Services PMI. My apologies. So there is some news coming out there. I'm just watching actually to see how it's coping with this prior low, and whether it's going to hold or not. So I'm just watching this for now. Basically, what's going on is we've got a pivot, an 8 a.m. pivot up here around about 40. Looking to see if it's going to try and go for that 8 a.m. pivot. So if I can trade this, then I will. So I'll trade it fairly tight, but because it's only a move up to 156.40. So I'm just going to wait and see if we can close inside the bands first of all, which we haven't done yet. And if we can close inside those bands, then I might try that long, but only because we've got some positive momentum in the background. It's not a lot, I must admit, but it's certainly not negative momentum, which is what, that's what I'd be looking to get on the short side if it was negative momentum. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and see if this can close inside the bands. Okay, so we've got a small just close inside here. I'm just going to see if we can dip. Close inside here and inside the bands, and there is a very small 5-minute divergence. So I'm going to give this trade a go. It's only going to have a tight stop, and so let's see if I can get the entrance. So I'm looking for it to dip back to the lower band. So it's going to be obviously very tight stop because the stop's only got to be down at what, 20, 19, 20. So and then see if we can get that run up to 40. So we've got some news coming out. Like I said, but that's not for another hour yet. It's only 8:25. So I must admit, it's not one of those trades that I feel ultimately super confident on, but there is sort of a setup here, and so I'm going to give it a shot. So just waiting to see if we can get this push back down to the lower band here, and then I'll take it with a view to try and run it up to that 40 level. Like I said, it's just a bit below 40 actually where that pivot is. So let's just see if we can get this dip, and if we can, then I'll go in. And now I'm waiting. It's going to wait. It's going to hang around, isn't it? So I might have to press pause in a second if it doesn't come down. Am I going to have to press pause? It's getting close. Give it a few seconds more. I'll have to press pause. Okay, so it's now has come down. So let's just get these units in. I'll put 4 units in as it's such a small stop today. So I'll put 4 units in, but I can't say I'm super uber confident, so I better get these stops in. I'll press pause and get the stops in. Just back, this is looking like it's going to come down and stop me out, as we can see here. So it looks like it's going to be about a whatever it was, a 6 or 7 pip stop out on this one. The way it's already looking, I've just seen the 30-minute charts just locked in, the new bars on the 30-minute chart, and I can usually tell what the market's going to do once I see those lock in. So it looks like it's going to be a small stop out here this morning. So what I'll do is I'll wait until 9:30 for the news, and then we'll see what happens after the news comes out. So but it certainly looks like it's going to come down and probably come a bit lower now. I suspect it's probably going to come down to possibly even retest the 156 level, but I still can't trade that because I still don't have negative momentum in the background on the hourly charts. So although I can pretty much see that this market looks like it's going to come down, and there it goes, it's going to come and stop me any minute. There it is, but it's my stop. Yeah, as soon as we go below 20 on this side, I'll get stopped out. But I can't justify taking a trade either, so I have to then just sit on the outside. Although I can see that potential, it's not enough lined up for taking a trade. So I'll press pause and we'll come back to this in a bit. Well, so far it literally has got within an absolute hair's breadth of my stop. I mean, it was literally on 0.2. It was that close, not even a full pip. It was within 2/10 of 1 pip of my stop. So let's see if it's going to come down now. I'll bring up a deal ticket so we can see one of the deal tickets. Let's bring that up because we'll see then it'll disappear. So price needs to go below that, but it got so close to it I thought they were about to get taken. Let's see if it gets taken this time. There we go, it's going to go now. That should, where's my stop? Stops at, oh, my stop's at 19.5, that's why. Oh, there we go, that will now disappear. Should do. Oh, maybe this is the yeah. Oh, okay, it needs to go below 19.5 on the offer, sorry, not on the bid. So this needs to probably go below 19 and then it'll be there. So let's actually bring the if I actually bring deal ticket up, this side needs to go below 19.5. This side is reflecting the bid obviously here on my actual open position. I've got 4 of these, I remember. So we need to see this go below. Hence why we've seen it just dip below 20. I thought, yeah, I put it in at 19.5 just to allow for effectively the spread down there at the lows, and it's literally got so close, but not quite hit just yet. So at the moment, I'm hanging in by the skin of my teeth, really. So I guess we'll see. I mean, if it stabilizes a little bit, then yes, it's got that potential to come back up to 40 to hit that target if it can stabilize. But at the moment, it's just been very, very weak here, and didn't stabilize. But if it can get, several 5-minute bars holding here and coming up a little bit, then it may bode better for a run up. So we shall see. I'll press pause for now. Okay, so so far it is coming up. I'm bringing my deal tickets across. The target is up. It's saying 39 on eSignal, which is about 40 on here. So funny how close it's got, but it's going to be getting up there. So, and I will just take the profit. So I don't really have too much of a view. I guess I could leave 1 unit in actually I'll leave the 2 units in just to see. Here's another one of the units here. We'll leave 2 units in just in case. So if I get to take 2 units off, I'm going to move my stop up soon at this rate, right? We're getting close to that pivot, so this is good. Nearly there. No, it's just hit. Right, beautiful. I didn't expect that. The way we came down there, we were so close to my stop. Now I've got the other 2 units. Remember, now we've hit that pivot, but we've got a daily pivot up at 156.70. So should I just try and hold for that? The problem is I can't move my stop up to break even. That would be a little bit too aggressive at the moment, but I could certainly move it up a couple of pips actually. So that whatever happens, I can't lose on the trade. So let's do that. So I'm going to leave these 2 deal tickets in. We've got the news coming out at 9:30, but at least this way I can't, whatever happens, I can't lose, because I got in at 26s and came out at 40 there, so I took 14 pips. If it comes down, even if I left my stop where it is currently, I'd only lose like 7 pips. So whatever happens, I make money on the trade. But let's I'll just move the stops. Let's here we go. So yeah, I put it in at 19.5. Look, so I can get away with 21. So I'll move that one to 21, and the same with this one. Move it to 21. You can see how it's reacted to that pivot very quickly. But whatever happens now, I'm in at 26, so I get stopped out at 21, so I lose sort of 5 pips or so if it comes all the way back down again. But like I said, I'd made 14 on the first half, so so I'm still prepared to give it a little bit of slack here, just to see when we get the news coming out in 50 minutes whether if the pound were to rally, then very quickly we could see, up there at 156.70 would be a really nice trade. If it doesn't and it fails, well, at least I'm now in a position where I can't lose on the trade. So I'll press pause, and as it happens, it's whatever happens, the trade's not it's ended up being okay. It got so close though, that was ridiculous. Within, like I said, 0.2 of my stop out there. Wouldn't have been a huge stop out because, like I said, it was only going to be a 6 pip stop, 6 or 7 pip stop anyway. But we'll see what happens now. As you can see, it's coming back down, but like I said, I've moved that stop to 21, and whatever happens now, we can't lose. Just back, I'll just get myself ready. I thought I'd take myself off and get a shower before the news. And yeah, so as we can see, it's having a good old run so far, isn't it? Can I move my stop up any? Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm still in it. Right. Oh no, I had that reaction. I must have moved my stop up. Where's my stop? Oh, cool, that got close to my stop again. I moved my stop to 21. It must have got really close. No, I'm still in it. Oh, yeah, because these are the tickets, aren't they? Blimey, that must have got, because we got up to here, didn't we? And then I said I'll move my stop up a couple of pips. So my stop's at 21. I'll show you it. There's my stop at 21. But again, it has to go below 21 on the offer price. This is showing the bid. So that must have got damn close to it, very close, but on the bid, but not obviously wouldn't have got close on the offer. It's just a bit of luck sometimes. Sometimes you get stopped out. Wow, I didn't realise I've been upstairs getting ready, and actually got pretty close there. So as it currently stands, yeah, I'm looking to see if we're, like I said, going to get up to that daily pivot, which is at 70, 156.70. So if we get up to there, it will end up being a half decent morning across the 4 units. So I've already banked $142 and $141 on those first 2 tickets, and now we'll see what happens with this. But obviously we've got news coming out, and anything can happen on the news. So is it worth me moving my stop up a little bit more? Yeah, I think I'll move it up to 25 now. And so it's very arbitrary when I'm moving my stop up. I'm just looking at where I can move something. God, just again goes to show you that if I'd have moved my stop up to break even after we had that run up to the pivot, I would have just got stopped out. So just goes to show you, just giving a trade a little bit of space to run. Now, so what should we move it up to? Now I'll move it up to 25, which is about a pip below the original position, so to speak. So let's move it up here. Again, I put it in at 25, but that means that it would have to go below 25 in order to stop me out. So I know if I put it in at 25, it means that reality it's probably more towards 24 is going to be the actual level. But we'll see now, and maybe I'll have moved it up because we could get a spike and then back up again. We'll have to see on the news. So we've got just over 10 minutes. I'll press pause and we'll come back to this. Okay, so we've got less than 30 seconds to go till the news on the services PMI here on Wednesday, and so it's just a case of seeing which way this is going to go now. Are we just going to plunge back down, or are we going to get up there towards that pivot? Either way, doesn't, I can't lose on the trade now. As you can see, it's backing off now. Look at the spread though, as the news is about to come out. Look how high my spreads are going. Just a condition of the market at the moment. We're getting seeing huge spreads. Here we go. It is going up. So it looks like I'm going to be able to take profits. It's nearly hit that pivot. It got very close to it, but it's not quite hit it. So it's interesting to see how like I just said about spreads, and how ridiculous they're going. And once the news is out, if I bring the ticket up, its spreads are easing back off again. But yeah, it's amazing how wide spreads are going just ahead of news announcements. But at the moment, we got within a gnat's whisker of the pivot there, and now I don't know what we're going to be doing now. But that's a bit of a shame actually, because we got really close. The pivot was at 70 on eSignal, that is, but it's showing on eSignal it didn't quite hit. So otherwise I'd have hit it up there when we were in the 60s, but it got so close. But at the moment, let's have a look and see what the figure came out at. It was forecast of 56.6 on the services PMI, and the figure has come out. It's still not registering yet. I'm not getting the figure just yet. No, it's not allowing me to see it just yet. So looks like I'm going to have to press pause here because we didn't get up there. Unfortunately, we just missed out, and it could roll over now and just become an air kiss up there. Got to within about a pip or two by looks of things of the pivot on eSignal, and it's possible that it rolls all the way over. So what I'll do is I'll move my stop up to 30. I'll turn the mic off for now and just move the stop up to 30. Okay, just back. So as we can see, the pound's obviously backed off quite a considerable amount really from its highs. It's actually putting in a bit of a shooting star here on the hourly chart with only just a bit over 10 minutes to go. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take one of these off. If we can come back up to the upper band and bounce back up to the other bands, I'll take one of these units off. Having now seen the overall price action, like I said, it got very close to that pivot. And so if it decides that that's it, it's just doing an air kiss today, then be a shame. So, but I'm happy if it doesn't go up to the upper band. Then I'm not going to just take one off here. So I'll see if we can get back up to the upper band. Does a little bounce with it, ping pong within the bands. Then I'll take a unit off. And my stops at, like I said, at 30 now. So we'll see what happens there. So if we can get a little bit of a bounce, then I'll take one off. Okay, so it's getting really close here to the upper band. So I'm looking for a touch. And then I'll take one of these off. So now I've pressed play. It'll probably take ages again now. Look at that, it's just sitting there now. Look, typical. Just waiting to see if we can get that. I mean, hopefully, ultimately, it's going to still go higher and come all the way back up. But just a bit of a risk, bit of indecision there. Also, I just missed that, didn't I? Oh. A bit of indecision there. Okay, let's take that one off. Okay. On the hourly candles, let me just show you the hourly chart so you can see what I mean. So we've had a hammer followed by a shooting star doji. So for that reason, I've just taken that one off, and now it's just going through. So, but it's still okay. So I mean, that still just took that one off at what was that 50, and we got in at 26. So it's still 24 pips there. And with this final one, if it can ultimately go all the way up, back up to that 70 something level that I was looking for originally, then great. What I'm going to do, oh nice. I'm going to move my stop up to 40 now, move it up to this low now, as we're breaking up a little bit here. So on this final bit, so still running okay, still going to be a half decent little trade. You know, risking 7 pips initially to bank 14 pips on the first half, those first 2 units, 24 pips on the second, and then we'll see what happens on this final one. But even on this final one, let's just bring up the ticket. If I move the stop up to 40, I'd move it up to 35 anyway, so I'll move it up to 40. Whatever happens, I bank 14 pips on the last one unit as well. So from a risk reward perspective, it's still another good deal. Now, just as a recap, the reason I took the trade this morning was that we still had positive momentum in the background. We were against support, against yesterday's lows effectively. We just overshot them a little bit. And the lower bands on the daily charts. So we go to the daily charts, we were sitting down at the lower bands. Having said that, like I said, I took the trade, but I wasn't feeling overly comfortable with it this morning just because of the way that I was watching the euro really, and that we had that potential that the pound wanted to come down to the next level of support, which would have been down at 156. So, but as it happens, it got close, but it worked out. So sometimes that just works for you. But this is it's a good lesson actually, that because sometimes you don't feel comfortable about taking a trade, but you should still take them. If it's a setup, one that you would take, and you've got enough signals there to say to you should take that trade, then you should take it whether you feel comfortable about it or not. Like I said, I wasn't feeling overly comfortable about that trade this morning, but felt that I had to take it, and as it's happened, it's worked out. If it had lost, okay, it had lost 7 pips, wouldn't have been the end of the world. Anyway, I'll press pause for now. Okay, so it looks like cable is coming up. I've actually put a limit order in for that pivot, so it will automatically close me out if it gets up there to that pivot, which is, like I said, on eSignal it was around about 70. It was around about where this spike is. So I'll be watching this off screen just to see. This was such a weird spike. I wonder whether no, it definitely says on eSignal's charts that it wasn't quite a hit. So, but we're getting close now. So I could trail my stop up to 45 now and put it below these. Well, it's not even below the lows, but I'll put it up to here. As we've come up so far, I'll try it to 45. I'm just being aggressive with the stop now. We'll see where we get to. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, so it's getting close. My order's at 71. It's just hit the pivot. It has just hit it now. I'd better close out. Isn't that weird? That's now showing as a hit on eSignal, but we've not actually gone any higher than where we were over here. I better close it. Sorry. I'll bring up I'll bring up the eSignal chart so that you can see this, because quite fascinating really. That it doesn't look like it's gone any higher on here to where it was earlier on, but it's now shown as a hit on eSignal. So let me just press pause and I'll bring up the charts. There you go. So on eSignal, it's showing that hit. We've just hit whatever 11 a.m. or whatever time it is now. What time is it? 11 a.m. And so on eSignal, you can see it's now hit that pivot. If I actually bring us back to Telecharts, it doesn't look like it actually went any higher. But maybe it was just the volatility on that spike. That sometimes a chart doesn't show it the first time. Maybe we did actually hit it that first time. I don't know. Well, obviously we didn't, but it's not showing it on eSignal anyway. But all of that for holding on to see if we could run through there. Let's get rid of eSignal, and I want to save that. So in the end, it wasn't a bad run. So what was that? 50 pips? Was it 50 pips on the last? No. Sorry. It would have been around about 44 pips on that last bit. So let's have a look at it. Let's bring up the... I've got to take a screenshot again, like I seem to have to every week these days, because yet again I'm in a load of trades which I can't show you all my swing trades. But here's the trade. So we should be able to see all that. So here was the entries. Remember, all down at 26s. And then we had those first two profits I took at 40 when we hit the 8 a.m. pivot this morning. I took a profit off at the 50 because of the that shooting star on the hourly, and just thought, okay, we'll just bank a little bit more. And then got that final one at 68.9. So it gave us a total of what? 245. So that's at 600, 670, 770, 870, 950. $950 today, so not bad. Not another bad morning. So I shall leave that with you. Sorry, it's a little bit long today, but yeah, it was a good reason yet again to try and follow the momentum and try and stay on the right side of where the momentum is. And it doesn't always work, obviously, like anything doesn't always work, but we had support there. I knew we were in the right sort of zone, but there was always that potential to have that final flush lower, and it could have so easily just nicked me out down there. I probably would have gone back in again, actually, if we'd have come as we came back up and then come back down to here. I may have gone back in there, but we were fortunate there today. Right, I shall probably be nursing a hangover right now this morning as you're watching this, so I'll probably be a little bit delicate, but that's what Christmas party is all about. A little bit of overindulgence. I shall leave this with you.